Now, last week we talked about advice from a police and crime commissioner that the public should intervene if they saw someone shoplifting. It's safe to say that Denise had some very strong views on that one. Well, Denise, listen to this. Now, Lancashire Constabulary has advised retailers to have a greeter at the shop door to say hello to people as they arrive, because they believe that this... No, listen, wait. They believe, Denise, that could potentially deter shoplifters. If you have somebody at the door that greets everybody, and if you were a potential shoplifter, if someone went, "Good morning, how are you, come in," might they think twice about stealing from your shop?
Definitely, absolutely. Cracking idea. Why don't we just make everybody even softer in this country? It's driving me mad. What would be a deterrent? As if you were allowed to grab the shoplifter, smash their faces in... And I'm talking about...
Obviously, we don't condone any kind of violence. She's joking, but I know.
I do sometimes. Yeah. There is no deterrent. You know, if a professional shoplifter was going to go out, he's not going to go, "Well, I'm not doing it in boots because that woman will smile at me, so I'm going to, stay away." There needs to be a deterrent, and there isn't. The politician last week said it should be the public. It's not our responsibility because they're very likely to be armed. Security people are told they can't do anything, so they just follow them to the door and look out. The police come, they do nothing at all, usually, and that's not necessarily their fault. No. And even if they ever do get to trial, the judges will give them a rap on the knuckles. So we have to start making it... Obviously, I'm tongue-in-cheek about the smashing their face in. But there has to be some kind of deterrent.
I've come up with the answer. When I was growing up, shopping centres were invented in city centres all over the United Kingdom. And what did they put in these shopping centres? They put artworks, didn't they? Put really rubbishy statues that soon were filled with litter and pigeons were pooing on them. Now, take all those statues out and replace them with stocks that you just put people... Someone suggested this in... Dominic Lawson, a very good columnist, suggested this yesterday in one of the Sunday newspapers, and I thought, he's got a point.
Yes.
So, you see someone nicking something, you simply march them out the door, open up the stocks, and everybody can
and
chuck
you throw wet sponges at them like at the fair.
Flour and wet
but you said you were somewhere, which is quite frightening. Because it's now like they operate in gangs, they're shoplifting to order. In fact, somebody said, I saw somebody saying, "Stop saying shoplifting because it makes it sound like this little light petty crime." Shop theft. It is theft.
If
and
you've
it's
got
on a grand scale.
crime, there's nobody on earth who's going to take on 6 people who have got balaclavas on. No, not a chance. And also, if you want to talk about smiling at people who are maybe umming and ahhing, the only people that's going to deter is maybe a mother who is thinking, "Can I buy this formula milk?" which I'm now seeing more and more locked away. That is the state of what we've got to, and that is unforgivable. We've got women who are now not able to feed their babies. We're locking away formula. Those are the only people that are going to feel intimidated.
But you said you were in a store. When you were
saying, I was in a store,
you should intervene with like 4 or 5 young guys.
I was with my daughter, and she actually tapped me and went, "Look, what?" She saw something was about to go down before I did, and there was about six guys who just literally pulled on balaclavas and then just took out the shelves.
And they just stormed.
They didn't even run out. They just walked out, and there was one security guard, because what's he going to do?
Doesn't do anything. And they eyeball the security. You see it all over our social media. But there was a guy on telly on another show this morning, and he said he was he had a big drug habit when he did it, but he was making £2,000 a day from shoplifting, and for him as well, it was the challenge. And he said, although he did a couple of prison sentences, he said they were so tiny, and there was no attempt to do rehabilitation. So he just came straight out.
OK, I mean, it is a big problem. I'm sure we will talk about that more as the months go on, because it is a huge problem at the moment.